Welcome back to another video, Jets fans. In this video, we're going to be doing a crazy mock draft with a ton of trades. We're going to be doing a Breece Hall trade, a Quincy Williams trade, and a massive trade down from pick 7. So let's get into it by trading Breece Hall and pick 207 to the Denver Broncos. This trade makes sense as they get their RB1 of the future, and we get some extra draft capital, who is expected to be a free agent at the end of the year, who I don't think the Jets will extend. And we're getting pick 51, 191, and a 2026 fifth-round pick. So that goes through, and we're going to be trading now Quincy Williams. Where the heck is he? There he is, so Quincy Williams, to the Atlanta Falcons, who do need linebacker help, and I think this does make sense for both teams, as why would the Jets pay two linebackers a combined $30 million? As you know, Quincy Williams is going to demand a new contract this offseason, and so we're trading Quincy Williams for 118, a third, and a sixth-round pick next year. All right, for the massive trade down, we're trading pick 7 and 186 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who will be selecting their QB1 of the future. We're trading pick 7 and 186 for 21, 183, 229, and a 2026 first-round pick. This trade makes sense as they get their QB1 of the future, and we get extra draft capital to help build a roster for the future. All right, so here we are at pick 21, and I'm going to be selecting Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. He's my tight end one in this draft class. I think he fits the scheme better than Tyler Warren and would be my preferred choice if they were to make a selection at tight end. I would prefer either Loveland or Mason Taylor, and here we are getting our first weapon for Justin Fields in this draft. This makes sense as he's a great route runner, has great hands, great yards after the catch. He's also a solid blocker, so we're selecting Colston Loveland to be our tight end one of the future. Now here in round 2, I'll probably look to bolster up the defense a little bit, and I think with my first pick, I'm going to be selecting Darius Alexander, defensive lineman from Toledo. Darius Alexander is an absolute menace on the field, great pass rusher, great run defender, and most importantly, would be a great key asset to this D-line. He'd instantly be a starter next to Quinnen Williams and would really help turn out this defense. All right, here we are at 51, and I'm going to be selecting Xavier Watts, safety from Notre Dame. We got this pick from the Breece Hall trade, and I think this pick makes a ton of sense as we definitely need safety help. I think he would complement newly signed free agent safety Andre Cisco to a nice deal. I think they complement each other pretty well. I think he's the second best safety in this class, and I think what Kirby Joseph is destroyed is what Xavier Watts could be for us at pick 51. So I think this would make a lot of sense and would be a smart decision. All right, here we are, round 3, and I'm probably going to look to get some offensive talent. And I think I'm going to go Jalen Noel, wide receiver from Iowa State here. I see Jaden Higgins here, but he's probably going to go round 2. And I think Jalen Noel could go round 2 too, but has a better chance of slipping to round 3. I personally think Jalen Noel is a top 5 wide receiver in this class. I personally think he's better than Higgins as well. Jalen Noel is a great route runner, has great hands, great downfield threat. He's a very safe option for the Jets to land and would instantly be the team's second best wide receiver. So here we are, pick 73, selecting Jalen Noel to be our future wide receiver too. And here at 83, I'm probably going to look to address right tackle of the future, and I'm probably going to select Wyatt Milam, Emory Jones, or maybe Anthony Belton or Ozzy Trabilo. And I think my preferred choice here would be Ozzy Trabilo, right tackle from Boston College. He's a very versatile offensive lineman as he could play anywhere on the O-line, left tackle, right tackle, you name it. I think this pick would be a great pick as we wouldn't have to go with Armand Zambu in round 1. We can land a stud here in round 3 and had other talent throughout the draft. I think this makes a lot of sense and would be my preferred choice here at 83, even though I don't think he'll fall. But we're selecting Ozzy Trapilo here at 83. All right, here we are at 110, and I'm probably going to look to add another weapon for Justin Fields to throw to. And I think I'm going to be going Torrey Horton, wide receiver from Colorado State. Him being here in round 4 is actually a steal in my opinion. I think prior to his injury, he should have been a second-round talent. If you want to get a quick slant, he's a great option to throw to. Great downfield threat. He also has a solid arm if they want to do a trick play. To start the year, he'd probably be like a wide receiver 5 and wouldn't get much playing time. But in the future, could develop into that wide receiver 3 role, and we would have a really solid wide receiver core. And I think this would be a nice pick here at 110. So Torrey Horton at 110. Here we are at 118, and we're selecting our Quincy Williams replacement, and we're selecting Danny Stutsman, linebacker from Oklahoma. Stutsman's a great tackler, great run defender, and would be a nice outside linebacker option next to Jamie Sherrod. Would be a nice pickup here and could learn under Steve Wilkes, and I think he would be a solid replacement here at 118. Alright, here we are at 145, and I'm probably going to take R.J. Harvey here. This might sound a little surprising by drafting a running back here, but if you want your Berkey Irving in this class, he is the guy. Great speed, great vision, and I think even after the Breece Hall trade, he kind of fits that scheme pretty well. I think he complements Braylon Allen pretty well. He's also a great pass catcher, and if they want to do any trick plays, he would be a great option to throw to, as he has reliable hands as well. I think landing R.J. Harvey here would be a nice addition, as he provides speed to this team, has great agility, great juking. I think this would be a nice pick here at 145. Alright, here we are at 162, and we are selecting Caleb Branshaw. I think getting him here would be an absolute steal. If you want any other Detroit Lions players in the draft, Branshaw's game style is very similar to Brian Branch. Great tackle, great player, and could be a really solid option as CB2 moving forward in the draft in case Stevens' contract turns out horrible. They could release Stevens after year 1, and he could take over that spot as CB2, or maybe Stiggers could fight it off too. But he could play safety too. He'd be that hybrid safety. He would be a great addition. Could play slot corner too. I think landing him here would be an absolute steal. Love his game, and I think this would be my preferred choice here at 162. Alright, here we are at 191, and I'm probably going to look to add another tight end maybe. And I'm going to go Luke Lakey, tight end from Iowa. I really like his game as he's a great route runner, has great hands, and to be a nice tight end too to Colson Loveland, who we took earlier. And we most likely would release Jeremy Ruckert or won't extend him, so he would be a free agent. So I think having this duo of Loveland and Lakey in the future would be pretty nice. And we'll see what Smart can do too. But I think landing another tight end here would be a smart addition and would be my preferred choice. So we'll go Luke Lakey here at 191. Alright, at 229, I'm probably going to see if there's any other linebackers available just for depth. And let's see who's available. And I think a guy who deserves a ton more attention here is Chandler Martin from Memphis. He is an absolute stud on the field. I'm surprised this website has him this low. If you want like that linebacker for your team to a guy to like take that role in the future, this is the guy. He might be a little undersized, but I think him next to Sherwood and Stutzman would make this a nasty linebacker duo. I think this would actually be my favorite pick out of all the picks we made for him, considering we landed him here at 229. Would be an absolute steal, and would be my preferred pick at 229. Considering he fell this far, I think this would be a steal. And that concludes the draft. I don't know if some of you would like it because of the Breece Hall trade and the Quincy Williams trade, but let me know what you guys think of this draft once it loads. Okay, finally there it loads. Round 1, we got Colson Loveland. Round 2, Darius Alexander, Xavier Watts. Round 3, Jalen Nolan, Ozzie Chapilo. Round 4, Torrey Horton, Danny Stutzman. Round 5, R.J. Harvey, Caleb Branshaw. Round 6, Luke Lakey. And Round 7, Chandler Martin. But let me know, guys, what you think of this mock draft. And let me know if I should continue doing this. And always, let's go Jets.